Hello, beautiful world. Welcome back to my third episode of my Road to Success podcast here in Los Angeles. Today's guest is Julien Briot. He is an actor originally from France. Julien was born and raised in a small city in south of France and moved to Los Angeles 10 years ago. He discovered his life's purpose in a sandbox of his elementary school. A front flip was his first move towards Hollywood. From breakdancing to free running to martial arts, stunts and acting, Julien is the whole package for every action movie in Hollywood. For some of us, his mission would be Mission Impossible, but he is the guy from Mission Impossible. From the streets of south of France to Hollywood, here we are. Welcome to my podcast.
Thank you, Mira.
What do you think about the intro?
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
You couldn't have done better. It's
Really?
nice,
Like
yes.
I tried to squeeze it in so the people know who you are and what you have accomplished so far. For a lot of people, it was a mission impossible, but you are the guy
Yes.
from Mission Impossible.
Nice.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you to you. I really appreciate that.
You know what I
Really.
like? That you have the French accent.
Ah,
Yes, I don't have to worry about my accent. I don't have to worry about my English because we are both from Europe.
Yes.
I'm so happy that we actually met 4 years ago on my own small movie that we actually recorded or created.
Yes.
Yeah, you
yes.
were a stunt guy back then. Now you're an actor, but you were a stunt on my own movie.
Yes, doing some crazy
Yeah, backflip
stuff.
and front flips.
Yeah, from a building to another. What was
Yes.
it?
And I'm like, is that human? Like, this looks like a superpower.
But you were doing great too. My gosh, all the action we did in this short.
Oh, thank you. I only
yeah.
had 5 lessons with Daniel. Credits to Daniel.
Thank you to Daniel. Thanks to
Yes.
Daniel. That's how we know each other too. So
Yeah.
But you were doing amazing too.
Thank
You should do more.
Should I? I mean, it's
Yes.
interesting. It takes a lot of practice, right? It takes a lot of practice. It's,
Some trainings, yeah, of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
I think that people in Europe, they're not actually aware of all that work when it comes to a stunt performance in a movie.
Oh yes, the preparation and everything that comes around. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's years of training. It depends on what you want to do, because usually for stunt people, it's two different worlds. When you do stunt driving, or if you do stunt performing, more physical.
Yeah.
But you choose what you want to do, and then you have to train. Yeah, it's years of training.
I love that. And you know, you finally made it to work actually with Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. And
Yes.
I'm gonna quote your interview that you also have sent me. You said that he inspired you, that you really want to go and do stunts.
Yes.
You know, like
yes.
he inspired you to do this big step in your life as well.
Yes.
So when was the moment where you actually realized that this is the next right move?
2017, when I did Mission Impossible Fallout, when we did the shoot, I started to realize that what I wanted to do was acting. Always wanted to act. So I went on a movie, and it was great experience, especially to see Tom Cruise. And sometimes you don't expect him, and you're training, you're rehearsing on a racetrack, and the dude comes and he's piloting the helicopter by himself. Like, you're like, dude,
So impressive.
next level, you know.
Yeah.
But I was finally able to see somebody that was doing both, you know, action and acting at the same time, and I got so inspired, really inspired. So that was my last movie as a stuntman, 2017, Mission Impossible Fallout, and then I came back in LA, and I went from zero all the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
I started taking acting class. I changed my agency. I went for a manager too, and all the way up. Yeah. I took side jobs on the sides because I knew I would have to sacrifice a lot, because the money wouldn't be the same when you go from stunt money to doing a side jobs. Yeah, so I got a cheaper place. I actually moved in Crenshaw in South Central, and it was a big move, like a big change. But I knew what I wanted. I'm like, this is what I want. I'm about to be 30. I think it's the right time to make the move.
So he inspired you for acting.
Yes, the
Because
acting part. Because of
be-
course we see the action on movie, but he still has stunt doubles and like so he doesn't do everything, but he does a lot. He does a lot. Yeah. Before Mission, I did Dunkirk, the movie Dunkirk. Was
You-
doing some
yeah.
crazy stunts too.
That's one
But,
of the best movies when it comes to war movies, right?
Yes, yes. I
Yeah.
did that specific sequence actually. It's a one shot and there is like 14 explosion. Like everything is real. Like it was like 1,500 backgrounds.
Wow.
So one shot, the main actors, and I'm just behind, and then the airplane comes and starts bombing. So 14 different explosions, and I'm the last explosion. Blew up into the
Into
in a
pieces?
sky. You see me like, I will show you the video. It was an insane.
But how
scene in
many
a movie.
hours of practice do you need for this one shot?
For this one, actually, the crew members and everybody, I'm sure they did preparation for a couple days. Because the special effect too, the explosion and everything, it takes so much work. Like it's an entire team. For myself, for that specific explosion, we started like a day, 2 days before. The day came and it was it. I said we were doing it. Yeah, I remember because it was so intense, the explosion. When I was done, we did like 4 or 5 times. And then the stunt coordinator sent me home. He said like, you good for today, dude. It was, the pool was crazy, all the sands and the explosion. It was an insane one.
When you act and when you do the stunts, do you feel at the end of the day that there is a huge difference in your energy? Because I think that stunt is more like with moving,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And it's
Oh,
training
yes.
as well.
Yeah.
At
So
the end of the day.
now with more experience, knowing both sides, it's 2 different crafts. A stunt guy, what's the main thing for a stunt guy? It's safety. You here on set to make everybody safe. That's what you do crazy move as well. But your knowledge goes with like knowing safety, making those big actors like big people who are the head of that specific movie. And the movie costs millions and millions of dollars. So you want to make sure everybody is safe, because if everything goes wrong, then it's like the whole movie goes down. Everybody is losing jobs on big movie like Dunkirk and Mission Impossible. It's hundreds of people, crew members, making the movie happen. So if the main guy, something happened to the main guy, the entire movie goes down. And that's what happened with the last Mission Impossible Fallout. Tom Cruise did the jump from one building to another, and he broke his
That was
his
in
ankle,
Paris, right?
and
Yeah.
everything went down. 2 months, they stopped shooting. Time for him to recover. And so yes, you're doing crazy things. You have a knowledge about acting too, because you have to. You're doing storytelling. But the most is you got to be able to do all type of crazy moves and 50-50 safety. This is most important. When you act, my main tool for me, it's the script. And when you stunt people, you're not getting access to the script actually.
Why not?
Only if you have 1, 2 lines, because sometimes they want people like to act and do the stunt, but usually it's like 1, 2 lines. It never goes over. Like it's not a big scene with big dialogues. And as an actor, yeah, the main tool for me it's the script. I have to bring words on a page into a character. That's what I gotta do. That's my main skill. And then I don't have to worry anymore the safety side of it, because they have a specific team for it. Stunt coordinator, bunch of stunt people, everybody, the fight choreographer, depending on what you do. If it's driving too, it's different people. But yes. So my main focus now is bringing my performance together, bringing the script into a character. Like I said, I didn't even have access to the script. You don't even know what's happening. You don't even know the story.
You're just there and that's it. You do your part and you go home.
Yes.
You risk actually your own life for someone else.
Yes.
This is a stunt guy.
Yes.
But who's gonna take care of your security? What if something happens to the
as a stunt guy? That's
who's gonna replace you?
That's your responsibility. So if anything happened to you, they put somebody else. It's the reality. They put somebody else, yeah. Because usually we don't see you. It's not close up. We don't see the face. It's no speaking roles. It happens sometimes, of course, like 1, 2 lines or whatever. If you get lucky, you get a page of script. Usually not. You don't know what's happening. You don't know the story. Everything is so secret.
So basically, you are replaceable and the main character is not
Yes,
replaceable.
exactly. Yeah.
What-
And by the way,
Yeah.
even if you're capable, like me, I'm capable of doing both. But because of insurance, liability on set, they don't want me to do. So I still do both. I make sure it's a role, but I can perform some action. And usually they will put a stunt double. That's what they did for my last movie. I had my stunt double. Let's say I did pretty much 70 to 80%.
So they found a stunt double for you
Yeah.
in your.
It was kind of weird.
Exactly
I'm
the
not gonna
same-
lie.
yeah, I mean-
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
That's
yeah.
weird, yeah. But you are like a little bit shorter.
Yes.
I know the walk you have is like very specific.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell who's Julian and who's not. You know, I mean, to
Yeah.
find someone who's very alike, that's
Yes.
hard, right?
And by the way, that's how like the job for stunt double. You gotta become you. He's gotta become the guy he's stunt doubling. You know,
You're
so
losing
he
your
has to pick up.
identity.
He has to pick
Yeah.
up your energy. That's why, in a way, I told you it's acting too. You need to have a knowledge of acting.
Yeah.
But it's just the process, the way it goes on. Then there's things you don't know, the story, the whatever. Yeah.
But now you leveled up for yourself.
Yes,
and I'm
now
very
I
happy.
finally.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you.
Took a long time. Took a long time. It's been lots
Yeah.
of sacrifice. But yeah, finally, yeah.
What did you sacrifice the most in life to be here today?
Being away from my family, first of all. No more, because my entire family, they're in France.
Yeah.
I have my son. My son is, even when my son was one, my family in France, my parents, they still never seen him before. So the sacrifice, the family. You come here, you have to get your work visa. Work visa, it's really expensive and tough to get. It takes a long time too. You're an immigrant, so you're coming in a country you don't even know. So you gotta learn everything from zero. The way you do your tax, the way you gotta pass your driving license again. The grocery stores, it's different. Everything is
Oh
different.
yeah. Tell me more about the
right.
grocery stores.
The grocery store.
You know, it took me 1 hour at Whole Foods to figure out what products I actually want to consume. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Everything
not
is so
even
big.
it's not the same brands too.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the same brands, and everything is different. Yeah, everything is. So you know it now because that's what you do too. You're officially in LA, and
Yeah.
the way we gotta do things is we have to learn everything from zero again, and not having the family, not having people, because that's the role of the parents. They will tell you, teach you everything in life. You know how you do things and.
Small things.
No, what they don't know how it's working here, so they're not gonna be able to help. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say some of the tough things. It's you don't have your family anymore. You gotta go from zero. You gotta get the paper to work to be able to work. And in some cases, we don't even speak English. I mean, when I made my move, I wasn't speaking English.
I know. So you learned English on set.
Yeah, I was on a show on a
And you were 22.
theater show. Yeah, it was How to Train Your Dragon live spectacular. So the animation movie, they made a live show, and we won world tour in so many countries, and it was a huge production. But so I passed the audition in Paris. It was artists auditioning from all around the world. They did so many auditions, and I did the audition in Paris, and I ended getting the job.
But
the
they
thing
knew
is,
that
I
you're
wasn't
not speaking the
Yeah, in a
language.
way, he knew, and I told him like the last day of the callback. At the callback, he said like, "Hey, you okay with the language?" And not that I lied, but I said, "You know what? I'm gonna do my best to be ready if I get the job." You know, before. Thing is, it's so tough. It's not easy when you learn a new language. Of course, I went to school in France, and that's what we study. We study English.
Yeah.
But it's a big difference.
I studied French, but I still
dis?
don't speak it.
Tu parles français un petit
Un
peu?
peu, mais c'est terrible. Oui. C'est absolutely terrible. But I think that it showed you that you're capable of doing everything when you really want it.
Exactly.
And that was your big
Yes.
shot, and you
If
didn't want to miss it.
You gotta face the insecurities, of course, because life is gonna test you. So to finish the story about that show, I went on a show. I had rehearsal in Australia. They saw it straight up. The only thing I could say when we introduced the whole cast is like, "Hi, my name is Julian Brieux. I'm a breakdancer." Because at the time, that's what I was. I was a breakdancer. Yeah.
Okay, now I have to recap this. Now you're an actor. Before an actor, you were doing stunts. Before stunts, you did
breakdancing. Yeah, dancing, but I was bad at choreography. So
and free running as well, right?
Free running came after b-boy breakdance. Let's say breakdance, b-boy, then parkour, free running, then martial arts at the same time. That's when I came in LA. And then you start to learn all the technique for stun. Stun, it's something else again, you know. You learn how to fall, specifically fall on the floor, whatever, take reaction. Fights, because you're not. Of course, when we do a fight on screen, we're not touching people. It's all.
You never touch me.
No. It's all. We play with the camera and
it's like choreography. I knew that you're gonna hit me or I'm gonna hit you, and you just react on that one movement.
Yes, and you know exactly what I'm talking about because you learned. You had to learn that to do that shoot. So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
But interestingly, you know, when I was in front of the camera, I would not be Mira. I would be someone else. I really tried to be that character in the best way possible. And I know that I don't need to feel ashamed of it because you are in the same world. You know, when you do that at home and people think like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
But with you guys, it's like, you are this character, what we created.
Yes. And it's, of course, when you it's not you shooting something with your best friend or whatever. Then you have a team. When we did that shoot with you, it was an entire team, stunt people, like everybody, a director, a DOP, director of photography, everybody. No,
it sounds so big. I love it.
Everything is here for you to take it seriously and now I'm doing it. Come on, that I gotta bring the best I can, you know.
Exactly.
And you did. It's amazing what you did.
I still have this one scene in mind where I saw you that you jumped from one building to the other.
Yes.
You also did it at this day when we had the shoot.
Yes,
I remember it.
Yes.
I'm like, who is this guy? And then Daniel told me, he was on Mission Impossible. I'm like, wow, this is impossible.
Yeah.
At least for me.
And that specific move, when I jumped from it was like a building. I remember I made my way up to the top of the building. Everything was concrete. And I'm like, you know what? It came. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. But I'm like, you know what? We're going to do something. Mira is coming. You try to shoot at me. And I jump from that building, front flip. And go to the second building. But the drop was crazy. It was so risky.
Oh
but it was on a moment so unpredictable. In my mind just went, you got to do it.
Why do you risk your life for me? Why would you do that?
For the fun, for the fun. And look at us right now.
I know, now we're
4 years later.
Would you do a front flip, back flip now?
Oh my gosh, it's been a long time, but yes.
Would you do it? Okay, go on.
You want me to do it now?
Yeah. Can I record it?
Oh my gosh.
I need that. I love it.
Okay.
Show me a front flip.
Ooh.
Live in the studio.
Okay, you ready?
I am.
Okay.
Oh my god. This is so cool.
Dude.
Julian, like, seriously, why are you not afraid of doing something like this?
Because,
just out of nothing.
Because I've been doing it for so long. I started when I was a kid, I studied breakdance when I was 11, 12 years old. And what you mentioned at the beginning, when I did the front flip in elementary school, it just randomly came like, okay, there's sand, it's a sandbox, and maybe I can jump and flip, twist, whatever, and it ended being a front flip. And I remember the directress of the school, she got so upset, like, never do that again.
How old were you then, like 4 or 5 or something?
Elementary school, maybe 6, 7.
Okay,
I guess 6.
Is it elementary? Yeah, probably 5, 6, around this.
Something, like it, 6, 7 years old,
Wow.
Nobody was teaching me. It just came to my mind like,
interestingly, your body follows your mind, right? That was the whole performance now. And that also means that you don't have any fear. You're not fearful of certain actions.
Oh, no, I do. It would be a lie to say we don't.
Really?
Yeah. We keep facing that thing, the insecurity, and like, oh, something might happen, but you put that out of your mind and you keep challenging yourself nonstop. That's what's interesting about the adrenaline and the...
But does that work also in your real life, off camera?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah?
Especially, I've been really challenged in my life. I'm a small guy. I'm 5'3".
Wait, how much is that in centimeters for the European?
Oh, for the European, I'm like 1m60, 1 meter and 60, 160, yeah.
160, 60 is 60, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, 160, yeah.
I'm a small guy, yeah. That's what made me start doing moves, like impressive moves, so young too, because it was a way to tell people, look what I can do, you know. Because I wasn't getting much attention. Small
That's
dude,
where you
you
built
know.
your self-confidence.
Yeah. People would, because I was small at school, especially in what's before in English? What's before high school? Medium school.
I don't know how
Medium
you
school,
say it
yeah.
actually. Like high school? No, what's before high school? I don't know.
Before,
like,
yeah.
I don't know how you
Between
say it.
elementary and high school. But yeah, people would try to bully me or whatever, you know, because I was small.
What did they say?
The moment I started training and doing things, you know, I think the energy of your body changed too. And
So
nobody
you
was
experienced mobbing. That's how you call it, right? Is it mobbing?
like, mopping?
Mobbing. Is that an English word? Dave, do you say mobbing in English when people like are rude to you in school?
Bullying.
Bullying. Okay.
Bullying,
You
yeah,
see,
bullying.
Switzerland and Germany, we say mobbing.
We say mopping, okay.
Mobbing.
When you say mobbing, I feel like it's like a big like mosh pit of people.
Okay, so what is it?
Bullying.
Bullying.
Or you're
You
being
see?
a bully.
Bullying, yeah.
Okay,
Being
thank
a
you.
bully, yeah.
Thank you. You see, I have a dictionary here. So it's bullying. They were
Yes.
bullying you for your
Oh
size.
yeah, the older ones, yeah, for my size, and you know, I was a shy guy too, and like, you know, so they,
Yeah.
And the moment I found that guy that was a classmate of mine, and he showed me, especially back in the day, breakdance wasn't a big thing. It was pretty new, and I'm from a really small city in the south of France, like 25,000 people. So the guy started. I asked him to give me some training, and I was sharing my snack every morning, and in exchange he would
like that.
he will teach me moves, yeah, and that's how I started doing b-boy, and I really I felt really attached to it, and I found the first like doing something like really cool that I was attached to, yeah.
And
I
that's how
started
you
doing
got
it.
people's attention as well.
Yes, that's how I got people attention, yeah.
I have to ask you, because I'm a woman, you're a man. Is it hard for a man who's 160 to go through life? You know, also with, I mean, for roles, for work.
Yes.
Private
Oh, it
life
is
with
too.
women and everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're not. It's not your fault that you have this size, but
Yes.
you see it now as an advantage for your work, right?
Yes, so I mean, when you're acting too, it's kind of, I think things are opening right now. It's more diverse. It's different. It used to, I mean, you can see back in the day, they used to have all those tall, very tall actors. And back in, I mean, more like the 80s, like the 60s, man. Things are changing. But it's been a challenge too. Because that was part of the things that people would tell me, you have a French accent. You're a small guy. How do you think you're gonna make it, you know? And myself being stubborn, I'm like, no, fuck it, I'm going for it. You know, it's my destiny, it's my life. I'm gonna do everything I can, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then that's about the industry, but in personal life, now I'm 33. I don't care. I really don't care. But back in the day, when you're younger, going to, I mean, to school, high school, whatever. It's tough. It's not easy. People keep testing you, and you keep hearing people like, I mean, for me, my experience was in France, because I went to school in France, and they do a lot. Yeah. Oh, you're so small, man. Whatever.
What would be your advice to your younger self?
Oh, first of all, I'm proud of you. That's what I will tell to myself, you know, for all the challenge I surpassed, you know, that for to never give up, and you gotta believe in yourself. Yeah, you're always gonna have people around you, and they're gonna try to tell you, no, you cannot do it. It can be family, it can be friends, it can be people you don't even know, you know. People, they're gonna try to come on you, and sometimes it's just because people, they have no dreams. There's nothing they want to do in life, you know. And you come like so new to everything, and you really want to do something with your life, and You got to believe in yourself, and if do everything you can to believe, but that's the most important. You're the person that can do it. You're the key to your life. Yeah, that's it. That's the only. Yeah, everything else is things you're gonna hear from people or what they're gonna tell you. End of the day, you're the one that decide. You want to believe them or you want to move on. And you want to really get to what you want to do. So it's all about you. All about you. Keep believing in yourself is most important. Number one. I come from small city in the south of France. Here I am today. I'm not famous. I'm on my way. I'm making my way up. But it took me a long time just for that. And you got to be grateful too. Whatever is going to happen in your life, be grateful. Even the small steps, it's so important. Celebrate the small steps too. Whatever you get, you get something, you celebrate. It's important. You got to reward yourself too, Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's a motivational speech. Really, I got goosebumps. Thank you. Because I know what it means to believe in yourself.
Yeah, it's important.
There are
it's
always
so important.
people telling you, no, you cannot do this.
Yes.
You should do this instead of that because it's more trendy or better. But how do you know what's better for me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're the
Just
only
because-
one.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
And if we come from even if nobody has accomplished anything in our own families, the family too, you got to be the one. You got to be the first one doing it. So it's tough to find the inspiration and guidance to make it happen. Yeah. So if you don't get that inspiration from your family to accomplish something big, then you got to go find it on the outside. Yeah.
Did you find it outside or was it already in your family?
No. I'm the only one in my family. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was your family supportive about your career?
Yes. They let me go for it. They okay, you gotta do what you have to do. We're not gonna try to bring you away from it. Yeah.
Would you done anything differently if there was no support from your family?
No, because the thing is with my family, they support me in a way that they never try to bring me back, to stop me from doing it. But at the same time, they were not telling me, okay, you gotta. So it's a happy medium. I was getting support, and at the same time, I was alone. I was facing reality, being alone, and at the same time, I get it. They just didn't know what. Maybe they were scared for me, like the things that I'm leading to, and it might be scary, and So they gave me support in a way, like just not trying to stop me. That's how I see the support with my family.
Wow.
But yeah, everything else I did by myself. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no, it's yeah. But I'm so grateful for that. At least because when you get somebody that try to stop you from doing things, it's the same thing. It's so negative. Like you go up front and boom, and you go back again, and especially young, like no experience, nothing, no charisma. You gotta fight your way to the top. We kind of weak, more weak. Facing people like, okay, I don't know what to believe. I don't know. So one important thing, by the way, is follow your intuition. It's so important because that's what you need at this specific time of your life. Like you gotta listen to yourself, to your body. You gotta listen to your body, especially with no experience. You gotta, Number one, too.
There's so many inspirational quotes that you already said where I'm like, your gut feeling is telling you where to go. It's like your compass.
Yes, I felt like something was guiding me. Like,
did you ever experience this inner voice?
Yes.
Was that before you moved
I thought
to the
I was
US?
crazy too.
It's like people are. You have like these two voices. It's like your mind and your inner compass telling you like this is the way to go. But then your mind like, no, it's not safe there. I don't know how it is. Go the roads that we already took.
But by the way, I think one of this voice is the intuition. Actually, it's guidance from the universe. From God, whatever we think God is.
I love that what you just said.
Yeah,
Julian, I read that in an interview that you sent me, and I think this is very inspiring. I really have to quote this. So what you said is, I'm honest, real, and specific. I'm focused and fearless. I know what I want. I have no plan B. I have been preparing myself for the last 10 years to follow plan A. It's time for graduation, and only the universe has the answer to my prayer.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot about this one actually. Yeah, wow.
I got goosebumps when I read this.
Wow, yeah. That's how like
How
how
do you
strong of a
pray?
believer
Yeah.
I am.
Yes, you believe.
I am.
You
and I was
pray.
at the time too, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If I pray?
Yeah.
Yes. Meditate, pray. Yes.
What is a prayer that you do? You do like affirmations?
I do. I use the law of attraction too. I do different things. The visual. You visualize things and you try to feel. The feelings too. It's important, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Really,
The simple things, right?
when I meditate, I like to forget about everything, and it's discovering your own world too. You know, if there is any different whatever. The perspective we have, you just play with it. So you stop everything, and you just. That's how I meditate. Yeah, I try to feel myself, and to it's my relax moment. And I come always with prayers, trying to affirmations and what I want for the future, and keep on moving because it's what's so important. But part of it's tough too. Yeah, I had my moment. I don't want to look like I'm no special. Depression happened too. Anxiety, loss of motivation.
You ever experienced
It's
depression?
part of it. Yeah.
What was the reason for it?
Because especially from being a stunt, making good money, you take a side job. I was doing Uber. I was a Uber driver. Like, it's two different things. So you keep being challenged. Like and at some point there's no comeback. So after a couple of years, you're like, oh, maybe I can go, because the financial issue to do whatever, to pay your bills, you run. At some point you're like, oh man, the money was so good when I was doing stand. Why am I not just going back to it? And then you realize it's too late. There's no comeback. So when you get to that thing of no comeback, like it's that you get even more like challenged by life, like provokes you even more. Like it's crazy. So I faced a bunch of, especially when what happened when I moved to South Central, and I'm not from LA, so I didn't know what I was going.
We have to point out that this is the ghetto of
LA. Yeah, one of the guy I knew. He's like, oh, I have this apartment available. I know you're looking for something cheaper right now. It's my grandma owns the building, whatever. So that's the story. I'm managing, so I have it for you. It's pretty cheap, $1,000K. But coming from a different country, you don't even know. I mean, I kind of look online and I know where I was going. I'm like, okay, it's not going to be the same thing. But
was
I didn't think
before?
it was that bad. Yeah. So I was in Baldwin Village. That's what they used to call the jungle. Yeah. And I things that I've seen over there.
Was that before or after?
No, that was after Mission Impossible. Part of my moves to. So I was just trying to.
You had a Hollywood life.
Yes.
With Tom Cruise. You come back to LA and face reality.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Completely.
And you moved to the most dangerous area.
One. There's many. There's many.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of the top 10, I guess, right?
Yes. I would say.
Here in LA.
Yeah. After everything I've saw over there. Yeah.
So, what was the biggest lesson you experienced living in that area for yourself?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a trap too, in a way that I get people who lives. Now that I have a outside vision, like in France, there is many ghetto too, and like when you live in those places, you kind of trap, because you pay. It's cheap. You don't pay much for rent. So if you want to go, to a better place, then you're gonna have to pay much more. So you kind of like, it's and you get used to. You get used to live in a place like those places. Like you make friends too. Your neighbors they become your friends. So it's it's a trap. It's tough to come out of that. But at some, I had during COVID, I had my son. He's 2 and 8 months now, and that's what made me realize, like, come on, dude, you gotta move. Like, you done. That's it. You gotta move, man. And same thing again. You get tested, and I went. The universe, in a way, like say, okay, come on, I need a place, but I don't have much money right now.
Prayers, huh?
And happened that I found a place, and it was a much better area, and not that expensive too. So if that's the proof that if you really want something, you can find it too. You can find it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you always stay true to yourself, and you knew what it takes, like to go a step back in order to make 2 more steps in the front.
Yes,
yeah?
yes,
Sometimes
yes,
you
yes.
have to go a little bit back so you can be stronger for the next step that is coming.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Now when I can, yeah, you're right, yeah. Now when I look at it, I'm
But
like,
people would never do that because they're ashamed of it.
oh, that's, yeah,
They would
oh,
never
yes,
Uber,
yes.
they would never go to this area.
Yes.
Because they
If-
rather pretend to live like this beautiful, glamorous life in the outside,
Yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
That's how I felt. I'm like, my friend, they're gonna think I'm stupid. Like I mean, what are you doing? Because it's 2 different things. You like a stuntman in Hollywood, especially when I was a SAG. Those 2 movies I did, I got the SAG Awards nomination for best stunt. So you go from
That's
that,
huge.
you go from that, and then boom, you Uber driver. You live in a ghetto, and to my. I think people at the time, they didn't see things the way I was seeing those things. Yeah, it wasn't permanent. It was just a past, just a time, a moment of my life, and I knew that I will move on. But that at the same time I will be learning so much from it, and that's what happened. That's what happened. Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
yeah.
how
It's been-
open
it's
you're
been-
talking about this. Really,
Yeah.
really, I really love
Thank you.
this
Thank
about
you,
our
Mira.
conversation, and I appreciate it that you're authentic, transparent, and just real.
Thank you. Yeah, that's why the one you just the sentence you just said earlier. I said, like, you gotta be real, you gotta be honest, and you gotta be specific. What I mean by
Yeah.
specific is I really choose what I wanted to do in my life. No more dance, no more stunt. I wanted to be an actor, and I sacrificed everything for it. To the point I might have lose everything too, to be honest. But here I am today.
Here you are today because you never,
yes.
you never give up.
No, never give up. Yeah, never give
That's
up.
the question. When you know that you're losing everything at some point in life, do you still go and pursue your own dreams, or do you step back for someone else?
Say again. Tell me again.
So when you know that you're losing a lot in life
Yes.
with a certain action,
Yes.
because you're following your own dreams,
Yes.
do you still pursue your own dreams, or do you step back for someone else or for something else because you know that you're going to lose this thing if you still keep going by your gut feeling
Yes.
in the right direction?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
That's a hard and tough question,
yes.
because I've been asking myself this over and over again the last 10 years.
That would be a perfect question for my wife, especially having a kid. You're facing reality having a kid right now. It's 2 different things. And she's been really, really supportive to me. Come on, like, you make, like, living together 3 years in a ghetto, trying to sacrificing everything and trying to pursue a dream.
Yeah.
So it's been tough, up and down. But end of the day, she's been really supportive. She's been really supportive. Yeah. And my boy, we're doing everything for my son. I gotta do it too. But at the same time, yeah, I've been so, like, I'm not giving up. Because end of the day, you're the only one believing in the same thing. What I just said earlier. You're the only one believing in yourself. So you might get to a point, your wife, she's not gonna follow you. She's not gonna be with following your dream anymore, and that's normal. I get it too. You can force somebody to do what you do, but you're facing that too. Like, okay, now I have a kid, life is getting more serious. What am I doing? Should I keep pushing, not giving up, and get what I want? Or yeah. And I had a tough time a year ago, and that's when I booked my first movie for Netflix.
That was with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston.
And Jennifer Aniston, yeah. So
you worked with Jennifer
wait to see,
Aniston.
Yeah. I'm excited for people to see what's coming.
I love her.
It's crazy.
I love her. I'm definitely looking up to her, and you already had her presence in the room. I love that. But what happened then when you worked there? Yeah.
So I can't say too much about it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I know.
But
sorry.
it's Murder Mystery 2,
Yeah.
the second one.
I watched the first one.
Yes, and all I can say is we're getting into a really bad fight sequence with Adam. Yeah, that's all I can say.
That's all you can say? Come on, give me a little bit more.
No more.
Okay, then I have to ask you, how is it? Oh, actually, you didn't answer the question before I moved to the second one.
Okay.
So, would you still pursue your own dreams, or would you give up for somebody else?
That's
know.
a tough question, Mira.
I know, but you see, if you don't go if you don't follow your gut's feeling, that gives you more depression. But
Exactly, yeah.
If you do what feels right, then you're free. You're creative. You're super healthy. You're fit.
Yes.
You're positive. But then there's this other thing that you lose.
You're right.
So hard.
Yeah, that's no. There's something that, look, like I said in my quotes, I said there is no plan B, there is only plan A.
Yeah.
So when you come and tell me after years and years or years of being with somebody too, when you then you're asking me to do plan B. No way. I mean, the only answer I have to that is that's all I can say. But if I take plan B and I give up on plan A, I better kill myself, to be honest with you, because too much has been done. It's been 10 years, too much sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. It's we keep doing plan A together, or maybe you bring some distance and then when I get plan A, that's when we get back together. Yeah. Because I'm real. I'm not gonna try to, So yeah. That's a tough question too. That's tough.
It's really tough, right?
Because the decision you can make end of the day is you can pursue your plan A, let that person do whatever, and when you actually make it, you're gonna prove it to everybody. And most important thing is to never forget the support you got for years with that person.
That's well said.
Never forget the people that give you support.
Yeah, because some decisions have a huge impact on your surroundings.
Yes.
On your family, on your spouse.
Oh yes.
And
yes.
I think, as you said, your mother and father, they taught you right. They just let you go.
Yes.
You had the freedom. And that was the biggest support.
Oh yes, that's. Yeah.
Now we're closing the book again. Now we're coming again, closing the circle. Because I always believe when I open my podcast, there is always an ending that always flows into the beginning. And I see that what you said with your parents. They just let you go out there. They knew it's going to be a tough time for you, where you have to grow and learn about yourself. But still, they never stopped you becoming this what you are today.
Exactly, yeah. And thanks God they did not. Yeah.
As Michelle Obama has a book, Becoming. You have to become something.
You have to become, yeah.
Because you're even becoming something out of nothing. If you don't move, you become what you are.
Yes,
because you're not moving.
Yes. The moment might be tough, but what? When you pursue something, you're looking for the future. You know where you're gonna go, and that's the recipe. That's how you make things happen, actually. So if somebody doesn't believe your recipe is right, and they don't see your future, then at some point you gotta put distance, and the moment they see and you get that future, then you see what you do. You prove it to them first of all. You're proving to them like, look, this is what's
possible.
happening. I was right. I told you for so many times. Your family, your best friends, your whatever.
You know what I believe? That you were meant to be on Mission Impossible, because when you break this into pieces, it would be Mission I Am Possible. Right?
Yes.
I mean, it's like,
Oh, yeah, it was
it's just
Mission
right for you.
Impossible.
It is Mission I Am Possible. The E-I-M, when you put like a gap between the I and the M, it's I am possible. Mission I am
Yes.
possible. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
that this is your mission in life.
That's my mission. That's my
That's your
destiny.
plan A.
That's my plan A. That's it. End of story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go and get it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I love that. You know, when I told you that before when we met on Daniel's birthday party. I left this place and I said to my friend, like, this guy, he has like this presence. I know you like 4 years ago, but she met you for the first time. Like, when he walks in the room, he has like something. There is like this, I'm a star. And I love that. It's not that you're pretending, but you have that. And I love to be surrounded with by people with this energy, because they have something inside of them, that they have this light. And I know that one day, the day X will arrive when everything falls into place. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. The same thing for you. The same thing. You have this energy too, and that's what I like about you. Yeah. You have that
you.
great energy. Yeah. Same thing.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yes.
I know one day a door will open, because I'm not giving up. I take it as mission I am possible.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much for your honesty. Thank you for showing us who you truly are, and showing us that there is always a way to create something for yourself. And if I could ask you to share one quote with my audience today, what is this one quote that really keeps you moving?
The one that you read earlier, and I will never change it.
That's your own quote. You're not even quoting someone
Yes,
else. This
yes.
is your own
Because I
quote.
don't have any
I
specific.
love that.
I don't have any specific quote.
Yeah.
But this one, yes, for sure.
There is only plan A.
There is only plan A, no plan B. The moment you create a plan B, you're giving up already.
Thank you. I love that.
And I'm still, let's be honest, I'm still nobody. I'm not famous. I'm nothing.
Don't
I'm
say
still,
this about yourself.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm still making my way up. But it's even better because look, next time we're gonna do a podcast together, then what? Maybe you see that would be a real way to see if I am being real, if it's
Yeah.
working,
Yeah. And even then, if it's not the way we thought it's going to be, whatever happens, it's
Yes.
the right timing. Because then you're still not giving up.
Yes.
Because then you give it another 10 years and another 10 years.
Yes.
Because that's what I said for
Yes.
myself. I'm going to die with the same vision of myself. I'm not
Yes.
going to change that.
Yes,
But
and whatever you do in life, you're learning something. It's a lesson. Yeah, it's that's how you
Yeah.
you can move forward, bringing more experience in your life. And
True. What I say at my coachings is life is not a straight line, because when you're in the hospital, you want to live. So you are on your machine, and then you can see the lines. They go up and down, up and down, up and down, right? When it's straight, you're dead. So we need the emotional journey in order to feel alive and be human. But superhumans use their brains. And they work with the universe.
Oh,
That's
yes,
a superhuman,
yes.
right?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
not even religious, But
Neither am I. Yeah.
But I believe in God. What's God? It depends what definition you have of it.
What would your definition of God be?
It's I would say it's a universal energy. It's an energy. It's an energy you can connect to. It's a frequency you can connect, and that is gonna guide you and bring you where you want to go. Yeah, that's what it is for me. It's connecting to one specific energy that is really, really powerful, and that everybody has access to it. I think that's what it is. And people call it God. People call it the universe, or whatever. But that's yeah. And that's why it's feelings. Many people, when they talk about law of attraction, whatever, you put your affirmation and then you gotta connect with the feelings. When you think energy straight up, it's feelings. To feel an energy, you gotta.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I see you, when anybody we see, we feel something when we see them. Then you gotta make the difference if it's the ego or if it's your intuition speaking. So that's two different things again.
Oh yes.
But more and more experience, then that's how you're gonna learn and.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mira. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
I really feel so good about everything we shared today because it's meaningful. It's so meaningful.
Yes.
And I know that people listening to this podcast, it's more like you invest your time and you're not wasting your time. Because when you listen to this, it's not losing time, it's losing track of time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
because you're just like, you can connect with us. That's the purpose of this podcast. And I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You allowing me to bring my light. And in a way, I hope it's going to help some. It will inspire people, you know. Hopefully.
Thank you.
Hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mira. Thank you.
Wow, I'm blown away. Oh, another beautiful podcast episode on my Spotify account. I love it. Yeah. You know, it's not a coincidence how people meet in life.
It's always meant to be. Always meant to be.
It depends on us what we make out of it, right? So I knew for myself, my intuition was telling me, I need you here in the studio. Because your story inspired me. I know how you applied the law of attraction over your own journey. Years and years of work. How everything was just like, and then this happened and that happened and this happened. I love your story. And we brought out some pieces here on the podcast, which I think is the most important, that people understand that you never gave up.
And to be patient too.
Yeah,
that's something I should
have
said.
You allowed yourself a transition. From breakdancing, martial arts, to stunts, acting.
Yes.
You were allowing yourself to always create yourself in a new way. And you didn't state like, okay, I'm only doing breakdance and that's it. You were opening up for the other energy fields to learn and gather the information, to become it, and then to move on to the next step.
Yes.
And that is your power.
Because everybody has a different energy, whatever you do in life.
Yeah.
It's a different energy. And you go on a movie set, you can see it straight up. A stunt guy has a specific energy. An actor has a specific energy. You're a writer, you're a director, you're a producer. It's a different energy again. So, yeah, it's an identity.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you can instantly say who's who, just by looking at them.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe more people like us when you're more
when you have
sensitive.
Sensitive to the
that
energy
thing. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much for bringing your energy in the studio today.
Thank you, Mira.
We tried to stop this podcast 10 minutes ago, but when you have a flow, you have a flow, and I love that.
So many things to say.
So many things to say, and so much more to come for sure. Thank you once again for being here. Thank you for opening up today. And I hope that you also enjoyed this podcast episode. It's another beautiful day of my life, or in my life. And I'm so happy to share this with you. So please give us a feedback, what you think about this podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share my podcast in your Instagram story, please. Please just do this repost and support me, because I always support the whole world. So please support me as well. Thank you very, very much. And see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Keep moving and believing in yourself.
Exactly.